enthusiasts. I'm Carol from the Aaron Public Library in Delavan, and Fiber Fun for December will be 3 sewing projects. The first one will be this Drawstring reusable gift bag, and it is very easy to sew because it's straight lines, and there's also straight lines to cut. Supplies that you will need for a bag like this is a 7 by 12 inch piece of fabric, and the drawstring is 3 times the opening of this, so it'll be approximately 18 inches, and then you'll need thread. And then the supplies, a sewing machine, an iron and ironing board, scissors, straight pins, and you will need 1 safety pin, and I will show you later. But remember, we will be doing this using a hot iron and sharp things like the sewing machine, the scissors, so please assist young children. Now I will show you how to make these handy gift bags. What you first want to do is figure out the size of the material that you want it. You want it to be at least 3 inches taller than the gift to allow for the seams. And this, I'm using 1 piece of material, so I will fold it over, and you will want it to be about 2 inches wider, but the little bit wider is fine too, because you can reuse it for something in the future. And that's what's nice about these bags. These are reusable, and once you have them, you can use them again and again. And they're also great for gifts that are odd sizes, or maybe you have a gift card that you want to give, but you want something else other than just a plain old envelope. Now, in these, I use 1 piece of material and fold it over, but you can also use the 2 different pieces of material to for a different type item, so that way you can easily use your scraps of material, and you don't have to, buy one certain piece of material unless that's what you want to do, use a certain one. Now you want to get your edges finished. You can either zigzag, or you can pink it, which will be done at a later step, or you can fold over your edges. You would fold them over 1/2 inch and then 1/4 inch, and then press them down. And this is something you do on the wrong side of the fabric, and then you would do it to all 3 sides, but not the top. The top you will do differently. The top you fold over 1 1/4 inches, and then you can press that so that will stay down, and then fold it over 1/4 inch. And then you would also press that. Now, you might want to put a couple pins in before you sew it so that this pocket will stay in place. So once it's ready for sewing, you will sew. This is the wrong side of your fabric right here, but this is the right side where the pocket is. And you will sew right very close to the edge so that you will catch that little part that you turned under, and it will not come out. And it'll be a nice straight edge all the way across. Now we're getting close to the end. What we do is sew the side and the bottom, and if you're using 2 pieces of fabric, you will sew the other side. But when you sew the side seams, you want to make sure to only sew up to the very bottom of the pocket, not here, because this is where you'll want to insert your ribbon. This is when I pink the edges so that things don't ravel and you don't have a lot of strings all over. Now you're ready to insert the drawstring. What you'll want to do is have it double your material and then 6 inches longer. I knot both of my ends when I'm using this kind of string, but if you're using ribbon, you can dab a little bit of glue right on the end to keep it from raveling. So you get your safety pin, insert it into the ribbon or string, and then you will start inserting it into the material. Once I get it past the knot, then I push it all the way through. I keep gathering the material. And these drawstring bags are great for any time of the year if you use other than Christmas fabric. And they're great for reusing again and again. Or if the family member wants to use it for something else, for their own purpose, that's great too. They're being reused. So once you get your fabric or your ribbon in your fabric, you can take the pin out and once you draw the strings like this, it makes it long enough so that you can tie it into a nice bow. And that's how easy these are to make. These little gift bags can be used for many items, and I think they add a little personal touch, a little bag of something that you made. They can be used year after year, which saves on gift wrapping all the time. And then you can add in special details. Like this, I sewed on this ribbon before I sewed the side seams, and this is where the drawstring goes. And these bags can also be made in all different sizes. The first thing that you have to do is to measure the item that you're making the bag for. And you would want to measure the height and then the width. For a narrow item, I would add 4 inches to both the height and the width of the fabric, and then 6 inches for the, if it's a wider item like the boxes. Well, thank you for being with me today. And if you make something, please, one of these gift bags, please put it on Facebook so we can all see it. Thank you for being with me today. And next week, we will be making stockings.